Welcome back to another night of Friday Night Football here at the Portland Sports Complex with Kennedy Park Football Club. I'm your commentator, Muntasir Ahmed. Today I'm by myself as Rian is not around, but I think I can do the job by myself. As the ball is given to Samir early on, it's black versus red to start us off. Looks like we got a good lineup on both sides. Elias starts out back with Benji for red, Ahmed holding with Hamza by his side. And it looks like Drew who leads the line with Samir and Sophie right behind him. For black, they have Luke on the right, Layla at the 10, a midfield of Mosey and Chris, and a back line including Patricia Moa and Zach Britton. This is a great lineup to start off, and I'm excited to see what unfolds today. And it's given back to Samir in a dangerous position. Good shot on his right, and it's a comfortable save for Gabe. Patricio. To Mosey. As he turns, Sophie steals it. Back to Chris. Luke threw on goal, but Benji has it all covered as he shields it out for a goal kick. Elias goes long. Chris recycles. Chris again. Zach. Cliff. Moa. Last week Moa had a wonderful day as he capped off the win for his team with a wonderful goal. Today he looks like he's starting out back in a more unnatural position, but he's played there before multiple times and he's done well. Moa at center back usually likes to play out, and he's a great player to get on the ball in the back line so he can find those line-breaking passes. And it'll be interesting to see if his front line connects with him well today. As Drew drops in and gets a good turn in, and he plays a good ball to Luis, but it's shielded by Zach for a goal kick. Goalkeepers of today are Gabe and Choo Choo. Chris turns. It was a good idea, but intercepted by Benji. Zach steps in. Sophie on the ball. Good turn. Good strike. Blocked by Chris. Out by Moa. It's Sophie again. Benji controls it. Taken by Cliff. Out to Luke. Intercepted by Fisher. Intercepted by Luke. Threw on space. It's a 3v1. What can he? Doesn't use his runner. Looks to just side foot it into the bottom corner. It was an interesting take. Thought he could have shifted it out to his left. Luke has a real good weak foot, and Samir. Taken by Moa. Offsides. Yo, Fish. What's his name? What's his name, the striker? The striker on black. You know his name? You know the striker's name? You know the striker's name right here?
Charlie.
Charlie, okay.
Charlie Cresswell.
Oh. Zach Britton on the ball. Looks for the switch to Luke. Heads it down to Mosey. Moa. Good run by Luke. Fisher showing the great strength, but Luke able to keep it in, and Choo Choo collects. Looks to start the counterattack. Out to Luis. Luis triple team there. Sophie on the ball. Great turn. She looks for options, but it's taken by Chris. Out to Cliff. He's looked to place to Layla, and they were not on the same page there. But Ahmed switches it to Samir. It's a tough look over here on this side, but it has going out for a throw-in. As Red looks to out by Gabe. Hamza. Luis. Swings it out to Samir. Cleared by Zach. It's been an interesting start to the game. Seems like both teams are reserved as they don't want to concede and not really focus on scoring. This is typical for a first game in a KPFC session, as teams every session get mixed and matched. So you're playing with new faces all the time, and you want to know what your team excels at most. Do you have a defensive side for the day? Do you have a good attack? Do you have good chemistry? What's going to work? What's not going to work? And it seems that's what both teams are trying to figure out right now. Chris. Great touch by Chris as he fends off two defenders and gets the foul. Zach plays it back quickly to Chris. Last week, Chris was not available as an option through injury. And Chris is one of those players, as I said, with Riondo Santos, Sam Dion, who you want on the ball in the middle of the pitch, who can turn and know what they're going to do before they do it. He's an incisive player. He's an intelligent player. He's a seasoned player. He's a veteran of KPFC. And I've played with him through many years. And as Charlie looks, and it's intercepted by Elias, again with the huge block. Cliff with the header down. Elias again as he fends off the 1v4. That was a huge opportunity for Black as Mosey, excellent touch to fend off the pressure. Chris again on the ball. I see he was looking for that, but it is a foul. Going back to Chris, yeah, he's just intelligent. He rides challenges. He's always checking his shoulder. He reminds me of somewhat of a Pedri who's always looking to get on the ball, who's confident in his first touch in the air, as he might be small, but this is a good look for Moa, actually. It's a good hit by Moa, as his confidence still skyrocketed from last week. Elias. Goes into Sophie as she looks to combine with Hamza, but it's Chris, and it's Cliff through on goal. It's a huge save by Jose. Still Cliff. Out to, Charlie with the effort, but Jose has gotten up quick enough to just tap that away, this huge frame. And that's a great start by Jose. A couple important saves to keep his team in check, and I think that can just boost his confidence for the rest of the day. What a touch, but it's intercepted by Hamza. Great defensive effort, and he's through on goal. And it takes a deflection. I think he could have just shot that a little bit sooner, that hesitation. But it was a great turn by Mosey, but Hamza with the good defensive effort. It's a heavy touch, and Luke's on the ball right here. Finds Mosey. Back to Luke. This is a good combination play. What can come on? It's a good run. And it's Mosey on the ball. It's intercepted, blocked by Luis, actually. And it's Elias in an unfamiliar position. And Charlie with the hard work. And Elias is out of position. This is looking good for Black, and Cliff. Side netting effort. I think could have played that across for a better option, honestly. But that's another chance wasted by Black. And it's dangerous. So dangerous. And Jose and Ahmed looking to spare their blushes, but that was a terrible position to. He's checking in for the ball, and Jose gives it to him with his back turned. It was kind of a rushing effort. This is what I mean when first game, both teams trying to understand, what kind of players they have. And Ahmed is always going to check in and ask for the ball. That's the type of player he is. He's a 6, and he loves to get on the ball. And Mo with the wonderful touch. Out to Cliff. Can he keep it in? And it's just about stayed in. But Ahmed is always going to check and ask for the ball, and Jose's always going to play it to the player who checks in. But in that situation right there, I think it's rushed. And Red looking to respond on Drew on the ball, and he just misses the shot. It was a great control. And Cliff out to Charlie as he fends off Elias. Oh, it's great feet, and it's play on. Don't stop playing. Ahmed, it's a big win by Cliff. Intercepted by Fisher. Hamza out to Samir. Mosey. It's a great cut in. Swings it to Benji. Red, what can they come up with the last attack of the game? Benji just getting the ball trapped under his foot. Charlie holding his run. Looked like a foul, but intercepted here by Black. Luke keeps it in. Fisher with the interception. So he plays it out to Sophie. She touches it into space, plays it out to Samir, and it just bobbled right before. And it's an unlucky transition, and it's Black who gets the first win of the day. Does it sound good? Okay. Nah, bro, you're not commentating with me, bro. Don't, you're not serious, bro.
Nah, bro, I'm trying to scream, go!
Nah, I'm gonna just pass it off to you for some questions you're gonna answer, and then after.
100 minutes. Derek Ray and Stuart Ross, you know what I'm saying?
No, this
You know
shit
what
is
I'm
more
saying?
difficult than you think. And we're back with game number 2 of Friday Night Football as it's Black versus White. Black takes the lead in the first game with a misunderstanding with Jose and Ahmed, and they capitalize off that well. But it's going to be interesting to see this matchup right here as White has a good-looking attack with Ja, ex-Jose, and Derek playing right behind him with the back line of Bobo, Zach, Alex, and David Kita. Looks like Arnold hopped in net. And Alberto leading the line for White as well. Alberto is a known goal scorer in Maine. He has fancy feet, and he loves a 1v1. One of the most lethal finishers Portland has seen in a while. And it's going to be lovely to see him through on goal, what he can do, what he can cultivate with a great goalkeeper in net with Gabe. Chris on the ball. Back to Charlie, intercepted there. And it's ex-Jose on the ball. As he beats one. Mosey tracking back wonderfully. And it's clean by him as the ref tells him to get up. Mosey played excellent in the first game. I think if he keeps it up, he could be great ball by Zach. Luke with a heavy touch, but he works out, and Alex comes and collects. Back to Arnold. As he looks long. Alberto with a good layout to ex-Jose. Derek. And it's Alex on the ball. Back to Derek. Derek to Jay. Derek back out wide to his companion, Endrick, as he cuts in. Jaw on the ball. It's a good look, but saved by Gabe, and it's in by Alberto. As usual, he gets his goal, and it's early on this time. It was not the cleanest goal. It was scruffy, but does this man know how to find the back of the net? Left foot, right foot, header, acrobatic, first time, outside the box, doesn't matter. Alberto's gonna get his goal. And it's interesting, he gets it early today. How many could he get as his confidence grows throughout the day? Well played by White. Swing by Derek, and this is looking real excellent. And he has the overlap. He doesn't use it, but Alberto plays it back to Endrick. And he plays it back to Alberto. Oh, and it's just off the post. That was lovely by White. It was flowing football almost. Barcelona-esque. So Alex looks for the service. Ex-Jose working back. Alberto collects. Bobo back to David. David had a great matchup last week against Drew. I hope we can see that again today. Alberto turns. Looks for the cheeky pass, but Mo was there to intercept. So he works. X, the turn on Layla. It's a decent shot. It just rolls wide for a goal kick. Chris. Out to Zach. Looks like Zach switched to this right side. And it's Captain Endrick into Derek. And it's a good hit by Alex. He has that in his locker, honestly. Played quick by Gabe. Anywhere will do. Bobo. Endrick with the miscalculation on whatever he was trying there. And it's Luke. He plays the ball through to Layla. She just can't keep it in. And I want to see Luke be more aggressive on this side. We know how good he is technically. We know he loves a 1v1. But it doesn't seem to like to use his left foot, although it is really good. I think if he decides to shoot on his left, it will benefit the team a lot more. He tends to drive in a lot, and he has willing runners, which benefits him actually to drive in, but we've seen that a few times today where he's just neglected to use his left foot. It's a good touch by Layla. Taken back by Derek. So he left a little something after that. Again, Chris with the wonderful roulette. Out to Luke. Boba steps in, says, "Not here, my friend." Plays it down the line, but Zach takes it back. And it's Alberto with the hustle. And Zach again, but it's still Alberto. And Moa, just wonderful from the seasoned midfielder playing center back today. Alberto recycles back to Arnold, which I think is the right decision. You're ahead. You have 4 minutes left on the clock. Let them chase. And I don't think that's going to benefit White as much. Alberto had the right idea. Recycle. 4 minutes. We're up 1-0. Black already has a win. Let them chase. We get them on the counterattack. We have fast forwards. We have Ja. We have Alberto who can finish. We have ex-Jose. Let's just keep the ball and then get him on the counter. As Jay out wide. Back to Endrick. Plays it back to Bobo. Play it back to your keeper. But he plays it back out to Endrick. Derek on the ball, looking for options. And it's Alberto through on net for his second of the day, and it's just wide. And it took a touch, and it's a corner for White. Looks like it's ex-Jose out to take this corner. It's a good-looking corner. And it's headed out. It's actually a goal kick. It must have come out of Alberto's head. Moa. Chris, you see, he looks long. Every day, twice on Tuesday by Alex. Derek with a good pass out wide to Jay. Heavy touch. Mosey sprays it wide. David. Derek. Wonderful, lovely turn by Derek. Back out to Bobo. Clips it into Alberto. Moa says, not here, my friend. Chris. Press. The fancy feet, and he still has it. Chris with the swing out wide to Charlie. Charlie has not gotten the ball enough this game, but he plays it back to... It was some lovely stuff by Chris Siracosi and Charlie. I think Charlie needs to get on the ball a little bit more. He's a creative player. He's dynamic. He can play in any position in the front line. He's not the quickest, but he is silky. He's one of those players where you want to link up with if you're a quick forward, if you're dynamic like Luke, ex-Jose on the other team. This is a player you want on your side if you want to run him behind. And it's Mosey running behind. Charlie holding his run, and it's just cleared away by Alberto. Luke on the ball. Back to Mosey. Back to Luke. It's wonderful football, and it's Bobo with a huge tackle and it's behind for a black corner. They play it short. Mosey. Back to Charlie. See, whips it in, but Arnold claims it quite comfortably. He looks to start the counter. And Alberto, but Mo is there. See, intercepts to Luke. Wonderful touch. And it's just trickles into the hands of Arnold. Rolls it out to Alex. Looks long. Just over Jay's head. As Derek looks to orchestrate the press early on to Luke. Black ball. 30 seconds left on the clock. To Charlie. He just passes it out. As the ref looks to make sure that they cut off on that time wasting. Zach, the huge win. Charlie in a good position. Alberto with the interception. Derek out to Endrick. Endrick with the turn, but taken by Chris. Mosey leaves it, and it's Luke through on goal. It's the last play. What can Black come up with here? Zach with the turn. It's a good look, but it's headed out. And that will be a white win as the score evens out to 1-1 and 0 for Red.
Nuno Mendes.
What's the striker's name? For white.
Jonathan.
John?
Jonathan.
I'm just calling him John.
Brother.
EJ, John, and what's his name? Josh. Okay. Go get me water. You can sit here. I can pass the mic along to you if you want to say something. Okay. And it's missed kick. And it's game 3 of Friday Night Football as White just got that win over Black. Now it's 1 win for White, 1 win for Black, and 0 for Red as we head to Game 3. It's a heavy touch by David Keita here. We made some subs for White as Jonathan hops up top. EJ shifts to the left. And Josh on for Red on that right-handed side. Move back to Jose. Safe keeping by the keeper. So he looks long. It's a good look, and it's just over, but he keeps it in. It's a smart idea. Looking for runners, goes himself, and it's blocked by Alex, and it's anywhere will do. Alberto with the calm and composed. Ella bounces it back to John. Samir looking for the Meg. Derek says, hey, Jose's off his line. Let me have a go. It's the right idea, but terrible execution, honestly. Out to Benji. Benji looks for the switch. It's a wonderful switch, actually. To Divin. Divin in his preferred position this week. It's looking dangerous out there. Wonder what Divin can come up with today. Again, out to Divin. David. Out to Ella. Ella back to David. Divin. Towards Zaka. Taken by Alberto. And it's out for a white throw or red throw. Kofi. Out to Benji. Back to Hamza. Hamza may be a striker, but just similar to Moa, he's a very intelligent player, a physical player. He wins his headers, can play out the back. Brother of Faz Nabi, who's a well-known player in Maine, played at University of New Hampshire, captained that side. He's really an elegant midfielder, pro-level midfielder, and his brother Hamza looks to carry on the legacy, and he does so well playing at USM right now, going into his junior season. Someone you should look out for in the state of Maine as he continues to grow and mold his own name in the state of Maine. Alberto, out to John. Hendrick. Alex. Out to John. Whipped in early. Gathered by Jose. As he sprays it wide to Divin. Into the middle to Hamza. Back to Divin. Back to Kofi. Intercepted by Ella. Zaka's on his toes though. Divin's getting a lot of looks on the ball right now. Cuts in. Sprays it out to Benji. It's a great feat by Benji. Just moves away from EJ and just serves a delicious looking ball. It's just a little too much. Don't know if that was a shot or a cross, but it was a good look, honestly. Benji looking like an attacking threat for the last few weeks, actually. He wants to get up this right side. He wants to work on his attacking game, he said. He has a great foot. He scored a wonderful free kick last week, honestly. And he thinks he can, and as White playing some dangerous football back. And this anywhere will do by Arnold. It's a foul by Zaka. As I said, Benji working on the attacking side of his game. He knows he has it in him. He wants to get forward. He wants to benefit. He wants to help out his team as much as possible. David looking long, and it's Benji. He bends off EJ once again. Plays that out wide to Josh as he cuts in. EJ. Alex, back to Bobo. It's great pressure by Zaka. It's dangerous. is out by, weird but effectively out by David Kita into the arms of Arnold. Bobo plays a wonderful ball to EJ as he taps it through to his brother, John. It's taken by Kofi. And it's Divin in space. Where you want him on the ball. It's a good combination play. Divin versus David Kita. Looked like the ref had to think about that one for a second. It's a clear foul. Divin again. Beats Ella. Out to Benji. Benji moves it back to Josh. Plays it to Luis. It's just a little too much there. Ella plays a great ball to Derek as he has runners. Plays a wonderful ball to John. First time, Jose comes out early. Still in. Great work by Hamza. Zaka with the ball out to Benji. Benji with the early service to Samir. Good touch. 1v1. Tap through to Kofi. He strikes and it trickles just wide. That was a good play by Red. I really like the ball getting out here to Benji on this side. He seems to want to take on EJ, and every time he has the better of him. I think if it's effective, just keep doing that, getting out to Red. If you get ball to Divin, he's techie. He's not going to lose the ball, but he just wants to beat the man. He wants to go back and keep beating him. If you can get him on the ball into space, that's what will benefit Red the most, and it's offsides. Benji gets on the ball. He always looks forward. He looks to drive to the end line, looks to play it early. And Divin, as good as he is with his feet, he's also an excellent finisher. Taken by EJ. Hamza's there to collect. And it's a throw-in for White. Benji. The hard busting lung. Divin rewards him with the ball back, and it's So White looks to counterattack quickly, but Divin with the huge interception as their right center back just works his way back into his position. It was a great run by Benji. He wants it bad, but Alberto into space. Back to John. It's a good touch to his brother EJ. As he recycles there. Andrew to Derek. Alberto. Derek. It's a good run by Ella. It's taken by Alberto, and it's a good touch. It's just a good touch by Benji as it hits off Alberto for a goal kick. Fisher down the line. David Kita with the anywhere will do. And it's white ball. Dave with the long throw in, headed out by Hamza. Derek swings it wide. Hendrick just gets away with it. Saka with the... That could have been a lot worse than it was, but I like Zaka's pressure this evening. He's working hard off the ball. He's working for his team. And Zaka always is going to do that. He works very hard. He might not be the most technically gifted, but he is a workhorse. And if he gets the opportunity, he's going to bury it. As EJ gets in the box. It's blocked by Benji. Corner for White. Whipped in. Just headed wide, and it's kept in by Ella. David taking no risk. Plays it to Samir. Good turn by Samir. He beats 2 defenders right there. Just to Hamza. Looking for options. Gets the ball to Divin. Last play. Divin moves in. Just, oh! And it's a good look by Divin. Good idea. Was that a tie? It's 1-1 now? Okay.
I'm ready for my celebrity interview.
This is what the chat sees. I got it in the corner.
Oh, that's fire. That's fire.
You tried the kiss cam here. KPS kiss. What happened to you?
I think, yeah.
What happened to you?
Mine go.
Can I take a story of you?
Yeah,
Saying
yeah.
to watch the live stream?
Wait, should I say it to the story?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, Friday Night Football here at the PSC with KPFC. Commentating, we're live on the KPFC YouTube. Make sure you tap in, comment, like, subscribe. Yes, sir.
Yeah, influencer, right?
Communication classes, bro. Communication classes.
Kitchen degree.
No degree, hell no, not a degree, just classes.
Communication degree. End up volunteer at KPFC Friday Night Football.
Friday Night Football, Source Complex.
4-year NYU degree. That's fun.
Have a comment who's going to win this game, black or red. Let's get some comments. We got no comments.
Who should comment?
The viewers.
Me or who?
Tell the viewers.
Okay. I'm gonna tell my
Speak to the
comment. Okay.
fans,
I didn't know
bro.
the viewer. Okay.
We got 0 comments right now. We
Bro,
gotta get some comments.
people not commenting, bro.
Hold on, let me go my 5 all
Go on your 5 alternatives, start commenting. Are we?
You mind if I do it again? I'm not trying to say go.
Game 4, Friday Night Football. Black one, white one, red looking for their first win. If you're watching, please comment. Who do you think is going to win this game? Any game that is played today. Before the game starts, comment who you think is going to win, who you think is going to score, who you think is going to be the player of the game, who's been the most dynamic player, the most influential player of their team. Who would you like to see more of? Just comment. As Kofi's on the ball. Good touch by Sophie. She shifts and it's intercepted by her teammate, Layla. So Elias and Cliff battle it out in that corner right there. And there's a throw-in for Red. Ahmed, again with the uncharacteristic, oh my days, and he's almost punished for it again. Ahmed almost costing his team once again. And it's just played off, and it's Cliff. And it's a wonderful goal by Cliff as he continues his hot streak. And Red just seems to be digging their own grave today. Ahmed trying to get it on the ball, but it's not working. And Cliff with a wonderful goal as he shifts onto his favorite right foot, beats Elias and bears it in the corner. No chance for Jose. Divin drops in on the ball. Out here to Josh. Lays it back to Divin. And it wasn't even a minute into the game and Red just dug their own grave over there, and Cliff with a fancy finish. They held off for the draw last game, and it seems like when Ahmed came in, as we know, he is a great player. He's a 6. He wants to get on the ball, but it's not working today. They're on 2 different pages. It's the second time Jose's just tried to give it to him, or he's just left it for him, and it just hasn't worked out. And now they're down 1-0 as Black looks to extend their lead. It's out to Zaka. It's intercepted well. And I'm partnered here this game with a young player of the KPFC group. Very great. MLS Next. Superstar. Over 15 goals this season. Pairs well. He's dynamic. He's powerful up top. He's a strong forward. He's going into his senior year. You know him as Anj. Anj, Red seemed to, as I said, dug their own grave in that in the lead up to that goal. And that's not the first time it's happened today. Ahmed tried to get on the ball in the first game, and it was a terrible giveaway. How do you think Red respond to this? They haven't scored today, and they've given the ball away twice for 2 crucial goals. How do they change their game plan? How do they get back into this game?
I mean, Red have a strong team, you know, and they have all the talent up top with Zaka, but it seems that they've dropped a star player in Devin into a lower area, which he isn't as effective as he is, and they have the last week's MVP Benji as a right back. So they shouldn't really change much about their game plan. They're doing all the right things, just little stuff. Black is excellent in these key small tab passes, playing it like Barcelona, taking their time. Black doesn't need to win 2-0. Black just needs one win. Red need to tie it, you know? And so I think if they just hone in and play the simple pass and take their time, as they're doing right now with these short passes, I think they should get a goal in no time.
Thank you for that insight, Anj. I have to agree with you. I love Divin Awad. He's a creative player, as you can see. He has so much flair, but once his team goes down, he wants to get on the ball. He drops into that midfield position. He was playing in that midfield position last week as a permanent position, but when he wants to get on the ball, he drops in very low. Div, stay out wide. You're going to get on the ball. Your teammates are looking for you. They know you're good at football, mate. Make those runs in behind, not always to feet, because you're quick, you're athletic, and you can finish. I know you want to, and it's taken by Drew. It's great work. Ahmed on the ball, swings it back to Divin. See how deep he is. I want you out wide. That's a opportunity to run in behind Ahmed to play you through. Ahmed looks for the shot, and it's saved by Gabe. And Benji on this right side, he is an excellent finisher on the ball, but just as he is good attacking, he is better defensive. I think it's great feet out here. It's blocked by Benji. It's too big. Benji's the kind of defender you want on the opposition's best forward. So he plays it out to Divin. It's a great cut in. He beats Luke, and he just lifts it wide. Divin is getting on the ball a lot today, but it's just not in advanced positions. Gabe plays it short to Moa. It's a good pass across to his veteran companion, Chris Arakosi. So he plays it to Mosey. No pressure there as he tries to play Layla into space. It just trickles wide. Josh out to Benji. Drew with the excellent run into space. I like how this looks. Moa versus Drew. It's Moa. Moa's on it today. Moa's on it today. He's disappointed he didn't win that player of the session last Monday. And he looks like he wants it today. It's Ahmed. Away by Charlie. Mosey. Tip back out to Kofi. Pressured by Luke. Divin. Ahmed. Divin. Taken by Charlie. Divin works for it. Gets it back. Shifts. Divin versus Luke. To Ahmed. To Kofi. Kofi swings it wide. It's a dangerous position for Drew. It's a bit of a mismatch. And it's blocked by Chris. I think Drew would have favored that matchup. Shift it back to your left. Even if Chris knows he wants you to go there, you're quicker, you're more aggressive, you're more athletic than Chris. Shift it onto your left, take it. He's not getting there. And that's a disappointing outcome for Red. But they have the corner here. In by Ahmed. Out by Chris. So Elias hunts it down. Floated in early. Kofi back stick. Benji brings it down. Taken by Luke. Benji's slow to get back up. And it looks like Chris is still down. I'm not sure what happened off the ball. He's slow to get back up. And he looks hurt. And it looks like a head injury, actually. He's slow to get back up. This just doesn't look that good. Chris is someone who doesn't tend to get off when he's hurt. This is looking very serious. We wish Chris the best. Red plays it quick. So red throw. Ahmed. It's taken by Mosey. And it's a 2v1. Cliff through on goal. Luke coming in late. Plays on his chest behind him. That looks such like a promising attack for Black, and it's come to nothing. Back to Benji. Ahmed. Looks long. Falls right to Divin's feet. Nope, out for a throw. Quickly taken to Sophie. She swings, looks taken by Kofi. Moa with the sweet looking pass. Cliff with the turn. Beats two. Out to Luke. Luke shifts onto his left. Big tackle by Josh. Divin. Great defensive effort. Cliff. Quick touch to Layla. She looks for Luke, and it's kept in by Cliff. Across. Goal! Well crafted by Black. Layla with the incisive pass to Cliff. And is finished off by a two-day trialist. It's a wonderful goal as Black get the first 2-goal win of the day. Yo, Brady, what's this guy's name? One that scored. Forget. Rian told me last week.
He's going to CMCC.
Yeah. Yo, big bro, what's your name? Lucas? Okay, Lucas. George! Moon. I'm good, bro. I'm injured, so I'm ankle. Commentating, bro. Dude, show me some. Show me some. Show me some. I'm commentating. I'm gonna. And Black with the 2-game win. Sorry for that. 2 wins of the day. Red with 0, White with 1. White looking to respond to that win to even out the score. Chris is back on the pitch, and we love to see that. It's George on the ball here to Chris. It's a good idea, but collected by Arnold. Out to EJ. To XOZ. Or J, may I say. It's a good move, but down by Luke. Taken back by Jay. EJ on the ball. Back to Jay. Taken by Chris. It's a good look. Luke shifts it onto his left. Back to Cliff. Luke's already beaten him it's unorthodox by Arnold, but and unorthodox by Alex as well, but it works out. And it's David Keita looking for the switch. Drop back into the middle by Derek. Good ball out here to John. First time service. Alberto. And it's uncharacteristic by Alberto. That usually ends in the back of the net by him. Gabe plays it quickly to Charlie. It's a good touch. David Keita always there though. And It's a foul by Charlie. Jose on the ball. Taken by Marley. Mosey looking to play quick. Gets it back. Recycles back to Zach. To Chris. To Zach. Marley. Out to Chris. To Luke. Doesn't use his runner. Continues safely onto Arnold's hands. Rolled out to David Kita. David looks long once again, and it works out this, almost works out this time. But Alberto there to collect. Alberto shifts it onto his right foot, and it's just wide. Chris is dealing with another hit to the face. He argues with the ref. Continuing to argue with the ref. Luke works his way back. Chris shifts it wide to Marley. It's a heavy touch. David, Layla battling for that. Marley with the quick shot. Doesn't work out. And it's a black throw in a dangerous position as Josh just seemed to dribble that ball out. Mosey with the swing. Great touch. Zach. To George. Plays it down the line to Layla. Tackled away by David Kita. It's a foul, top of the key. David Kita plays along. Good touch by Derek out wide to Josh. Quick feet to Ella. Ella with the time and space, plays Alberto. George steps in, Chris gathers it, Mosey down in the channel to Cliff, and he's offsides. And it was well played there by Mosey. But Cliff just eager to get him behind, needs to hold his run there. Alex, out to Josh. Back to Alex. Alberto. Works his way back. Swings it. Zach with a miscue, but it just trickles back to Gabe. Zach with the heavy touch, but it works out. Chris on it. Out wide to Luke. Luke uses his runner. Great touch inside. Taken by Jay. Just out. Black throw. Luke, great touch. Beats Derek off the dribble. Swings it just wide, and it's out for a white throw. David back to Alex. Alex steps up with it. Tries to look for Ella, but it's taken by Mosey. David Kita there for insurance. EJ off the dribble, beats one, beats two. Jay back to his keeper for safety. Arnold out to David Kita with pressure behind him, but he has a great touch. And it looks like it's a foul. It was a great touch, but Mosey was just too strong for that as David commits the foul. They asked for space. It's Chris Hirakozy, Mosey, and George stands over the ball. Chris orchestrates George to step back. Looks like Chris wants this. Tends to serve it more than fire it in. So he has great delivery. Height in the box. So he goes for it. It's Luke chasing it. Plays it back. And it's out for a white throw. EJ taking quickly to Jay. So he dribbles it out. Jay's not having the best of performances today. He's a very athletic player. Plays in Spain. He's played in Maine for a while. He's probably the fastest person here, honestly. His dribbling is good. His finishing is good at times, but it seems to his body sometimes moves faster than his thoughts. And if he can get those two to work together, he can be a real dangerous player. Today it's just not working out for him. His touch is heavy. He's had very dangerous. Mosey takes it right there, but it's one back. I think if he can get it to work, if he can understand, hey, I'm faster than everyone here. Let me just get on my bike, trust my midfielders to find me running in behind. Let me work hard off the ball, and when I get the opportunity, I will finish. As Luke puts EJ on his behind, and he's still going, and it's Mosey with the first time finish. Top corner. It's a wonderfully constructed goal by Black. Luke beats around 3 to 4 defenders, shifts it onto Mosey, trusts his right foot, and he buries it in the top corner. That was wonderfully constructed by Black as they look for their third win of the day, and it just no stopping this team. It's a dangerous front line, makeshift, and it still works as Luke actually now seems to understand it. David, quickly to Ella. Great turn. Looking for options. It's a 1-2 with Josh. She drives. Tackled by George. Still Ella. Zach versus Ella. She beats Zach to it. And it's ex-Jose on the... And it's crucially blocked by George. It's still White. Alberto on it. As he beats one, he beats two. Alberto with the... And it's out to Mosey. Quick switch. And it's hit off his shin, it seems. EJ with the huge win. Jay looks to recycle it. Back to his keeper, and it's heavy, and it's out for a corner. That was great work by Alberto here in this box, and then X seems to just have whiffed his shot. Taken quickly by Mosey. It's a great win. It's a great leap by Cliff. And it's out for a goal kick with less than a minute left on the clock. Alex quickly to Ella. Great turn. Out here to Josh. Josh looking for options. To George. Throw in for White. To EJ. Good touch by Josh, but Chris is there to intercept. Cliff. Great layoff. It's a great look. Back to Layla. Layla to Cliff, and it's taken by X, but it's still X. It's weirdly out. It was great tracking back by X over there. It looked like Black got in a dangerous position, and it's the last play. Ella brings it down. Great work by Ella. Oh, as it hits off her face. Oh, X with a heavy challenge on Layla. And it's a foul for Black in a dangerous position. Looks like Marley wants this. This could be the last kick of the game. Marley has a great right foot. Let's see what he can cultivate from this. So he steps up, and it's hit off the wall. And it's still in as Jay looks to capitalize on this. His long, lanky running, and Marley is back. And it's no foul. And Black get their third one of the day. Jay's still down in some pain. Yo, what's the right center back's name for Black? The tall white guy? Yeah, I forgot his name.
Actually, never seen him.
He was here like 2 weeks ago. I forgot his name. He's off though. Oh, that's Zach. And we're back. Offsides by Black, which is a weird call, as Marley did look onside. Black extended their lead to 3. It's a foul here by Marley, and Red's still looking for their first win. And there's still time for it to come back, but it's starting to get more difficult and more difficult. They're gonna have to get a few 2-goal wins to save some time, and then hope that Black continue to draw the rest of their games. Drew's on the ball in the dangerous position against Zach. Out by Moa. Marley to Chris. Chris with the lovely ball to Cliff. So he hunts that down. Elias quickly there, but Cliff beats him. Great strike by Cliff, and it's just wide. It was a good look by Black. Chris with the wonderful through ball. Cliff beats Elias on the cut, and it just trickles wide. It was a good-looking shot. Cliff has that in his locker, as you guys know. Cliff was playing center back last week. This week he's playing up front, and it's the same result. It's amazing football. Everybody wants to watch him play. Still super young. Doesn't even know his preferred position yet, but he has all the time in the world. He's going to be a superstar in the near future. It's going to be wonderful to see where he goes to college. He's an excellent player. Any coach would love him on the team. He's someone who can play multiple positions. He doesn't make many mistakes. He's reliable, physical, and he's going to be just even better in the near future. Not even 20 yet. Zach, pressure by Red. Just gets out of it. George. Ethan steps. Still Ethan. Plays it wide to Samir. George. Just out for red throw. Oh, okay. And my sources just told me Cliff is committed to an NAIA school of the College of Holy Cross, where it's a good transfer for him, as that doesn't affect his NCAA rules, because Cliff is more than capable of playing at a big NCAA Division I level. But the changes of the NCAA, and it's a goal by Red. It's weirdly constructed, but it's the first of the day, and it's huge as they look to get their first 2-goal wins. Ethan whips it in. Traffic, too much traffic for Black, actually. And Kofi with instinctive finish. But as I was saying, the NCAA has changed its eligibility rules to 5 years. Once you are 19 or your first year of college, you have 5 years to finish 5 years of eligibility. So you can't go and come back. But with the JUCO rule, you can play 2 years of JUCO and it does not affect your NCAA eligibility rules. So hypothetically, you can play up to 7 years of college football. Of course, this is only at the NCAA Division I level so far. Division II and Division III look to adapt this in the near future. Benji, the quick service out to Samir. Samir gathers it, beats Lucas, beats one, beats two, and it looks like a penalty. It is a penalty, no questions asked. As Red had the opportunity to get their first two-goal win of the day, and it would be huge for them, absolutely huge.
That works. He's the only one.
It would be absolutely huge for them to come back. As I said, Red has struggled offensively today, but a two-goal win would be absolutely huge for them to come back and win Team of the Day. They've picked it up recently. They found their feet. And I have Henry, who will narrate
the experience, yeah. Let's see if he has ice in his veins. Oh, that was close. Cool and calm. Cool and calm. Beautiful day to be at KP. Commentating out here with Muntasser. Oh, it's end of the game. Muntasser, when do you think you're going to come back? The boys are waiting for your appearance. It's been a long time.
Usually ends at the end of the game. Sorry, so you started. I say that same question.
Yeah. Muntasser, when do you think you're going to come back? The boys are waiting for you. It's been a long time since you've made an appearance. We've missed you.
Thank you for that, Henry. I've missed you too, and I've missed playing here at KP. I've enjoyed commentating for a bit, but my time is nearing. I'll be back on Monday, hopefully. This ankle injury has been bothersome, but I've dealt with it the right way. I think it's been the right idea for me to take a break from football. I was able to come back probably today, but I said, I can re-injure it pretty soon. So let me just make sure I'm 100% healed, make sure I do my ankle mobility movements, and I can't wait to come back onto the pitch. I miss playing football. It's as much as I love commentating, as much as I love speaking, you know how much I love speaking. I love playing football more, and I'm excited to be back next week. And it's been interesting today. Black have 3 wins. Red just got their first win. White with 1 still. There's been some interesting football going on. There's been some standout performers. For me specifically, Patricio Moa has carried on from last week. Mm-hmm. Okay. And we're back on live. As I said, there's been some great performance today. Patricia Moa carrying on from last week. Defensively, amazing today. And Cliff has been on it today as well up top. Last week was a center back. This week as a forward. He can do it anywhere. But Henry, I think there's some players today who have not been up to speed and some players who have been uncharacteristic. And it's a goal by White. It seems to have injured a few players, but it's a great goal. As I was saying, Henry, basically I'm asking you, what players out here, I don't know how long you've been here watching, but what players do you expect to stand out? What players do you expect to contribute to their team heavily? Without them on the pitch, their team struggles. With them on the pitch, they're a completely different team.
I'm looking at one right here. My guy, Divin Pinga. He's supposed to be carrying the team. He's one of the senior members of KP. But today he's being shut down. He's being shut down. He's looking like a shell of himself. But hopefully he comes back and performs. That's so far what I've seen. But going back to the star performers for today, talk about that guy, Cliff. He's 16, 17, and he's performing lights out. Nickname Mabululu is his nickname. He goes out and plays. Moa too has been solid. He's getting back to being fit. We like to see that. But somebody that's very underrated that you didn't mention is Derek on White team. He moves the ball, very calm, collected, controls the pitch. I like watching him play. He's one of my favorite to watch.
Thank you for that, Henry. I'm going to have to agree with you on every single shout. And it's a good look by Divin just out wide. We were saying last Friday, or last Monday actually, that Divin was playing in a central role permanently, and he did well on the ball because Divin is a good footballer. We all know this. He wants to beat the player. He wants to embarrass you. But Divin himself doesn't understand that he's actually a great finisher as well. He's very quick. He's very athletic. He can get in behind. Trust your midfielders. Get in behind. You're better in behind with the ball through on goal. Yes, the flashy stuff looks good on camera, but what's effective? Goals. And your team needs goals. You can finish. As you see, Divin just cut in there, had a good shot on his left, and it just trickled wide. But he's always going for that super goal. Beat 3 defenders, look for the top corner. Just make a run in behind. You have good midfielders who can play you. And Cliff, what a player, man. Just what a player. Last week as a center back, just locking it down. Today as a forward, just working his butt off. Always making runs in behind. I love watching him play, and he's just going to grow into an amazing footballer. And Derek, I said this last week too, Derek is he just reads the game so well. Might not be as fast as all the other midfielders, but don't let the size I guess don't let the size cover the fact that he's actually very strong on the ball. As you see, he wins a big win right there, and White capitalized on that for their first 2 goals. But yes, Derek, he just seems to understand the game so well. Intercepts, plays the right pass always, doesn't hold on to the ball, and he's just a midfielder you love to have on your team.
A guy that I also rate very highly is Alberto, also known as Leader. But nowadays we nickname him to follower because he's not doing what he usually does. Speaking about guys that usually carry teams, Leader is one of those guys that you look at. But it still does work off the pitch, off the ball, I mean. So we like to see that. We like to see that. We see Ange coming here, one of our promising stars. What do you have to say about yourself, Ange? When do you look to return? We have missed you on the pitch too.
I just look to return at my best 100%, aiming for the highest always. Always training, always rehabbing. I'll be back soon.
Nice. That was from Ange.
See you guys Monday.
But yeah, it's a good game going on so far. Who's got the most wins now?
Black with 3 wins, White with 2, and Red got their first win. But I want to say Red, again, the construct of their own demise that game. 2 goals that they...
themselves.
2 goals, again, to seem to happen because they just wanted to play out the back or they were on the same page. Henry, I don't know if you were here earlier, but Red conceded 2 goals and lost those 2 games. The same reason. Oh, and it almost just trickles wide by Patricia Mo. Ahmed checked in for the ball, asked for it, and Jose is always going to play to the player who checks in for the ball. And they robbed them of it, and they scored and they lost both games because of it. And again, they just seem to not have it under us. They're a good team. They have a good lineup. They have a good front line. What do you think they can do to change that? What criticisms do you have of players trying to get on the ball? Everyone checking in. What do they need someone to step up? They have Elias, who's a senior leader. They have Benja, who's been playing real great today. He's always been playing. They have Ethan. He's a good defender. They just have a Hamza, Faz's brother. Faz, again, cultured in Portland. Amazing, played at UNH, captained them. He's just a fun player to watch. But these are great players. These are leaders too on their teams that they've played on, colleges, clubs, teams. And as I said, Elias, a huge figure in KPFC, a huge leader, vocal. Everybody knows him. Everybody respects him here. What can he do to step up this team? Because they're digging their own grave here. All the goals they've conceded is from their own doing. What can he do? What can the team do to step up to change this?
I think he's got to look into his approach. I think his approach currently is not working. Sometimes as leaders, we have to realize and look inwards and talk to ourselves and say, what can I do better to get through to the players? Because as you said, Red has a very great team, very great players, but they are just not connecting. They seem disconnected. They're not working hard. As you can see, they're on the other side and they're all in separate places. Seems like they don't want to win it, right? That's what it ultimately comes down to. I think Black and White want to win it, right? And seems like Red is just here to just be here and get their steps in. So they need to figure out if they want to win it or not. That's how they're going to turn up.
Well said, Henry. Well said. And and it's a good look, and it's a good save by Gabe, and it's followed through, and it's out for a corner. Yes. Do you think that is a matter of maybe some egos on the team? Do you think that can be changed? What could change? Is it something that you have to develop as a team? You're only down 2 wins. You can come back. Alex looked for the first time volleying this out into the third stand. Because we were speaking about this last week, me and Rian. There's some characters. Everybody has a character, and sometimes it could be like, it can be your own demise. We were speaking about John and Day last week. He's a chaos player. He comes in, you're down 1-0. You want John on the ball. He can cause chaos. If you can't break down the other team, that's when you want John. And Gabe gives it away to neat finish by Hendrik, bottom corner. God. Gabe standing like a statue as White looked to close the gap to 3 wins with Black. I love that finish. Had him looking like Traore out there. Bertrand Traore, that type of finish. Trademark. Layla's trying to, it's a quality finish. Gabe gave it to him, and he took it first time. That's what you want. That's what you like to see. Trust your right foot. Chris plays it long. Lost my train of thought there. Red looks to have brought it together, as I said. Egos. Honestly, is that something that could change? Is it just on Elias? Does he have to speak? Is he the one that can change the structure to help them out, or is someone else need to step up?
I think it's a case of also too many cooks in the kitchen, right? Too many people speaking at once, too many people having their ideas, as we see Cliff getting offside on that one. I know he wanted to get a step on, but I think it's that, too many cooks in the kitchen, because they really do have great players, and it's just not clicking for them, right? You have Steven out there trying to help them. I do not think it's on Elias only, right? There's always a leader, but as I believe, the way I grew up, my philosophy has always been everyone is a leader, right? They might be the one person that leads you, but everyone has to take accountability. And I think that's what's not happening, right? And people are not probably taking criticism. It's just going in through the left and through the right. And they need to figure that out. Oh, and he just missed that. This is a very important game because it decides who's going to win it, right? It's going to swing who's going to win it. Black has been looking strong, but White has been my favorite team today. That back heel from Derek, he's so good. Obviously love watching him. Beautiful player. But White has been my favorite team because of how they move their ball. They might have not gotten all the wins as Alex gets a ball that's offside. But I like the way White moves the ball. Obviously, having Derek in that middle, just controlling the middle, makes it easier. But White has been my favorite team. What's been your favorite team today?
I'm going to have to agree with you. The way White plays, specifically in that midfield position, where they got Hendrik and Derek, who are great friends. They played together for many years. It's just lovely to watch. It's a great connection. That 1-2 with Bobo in there. Derek just trusting his players. That's the most important thing. I think the back line has been amazing. David Keita has been on it for the last few weeks. He plays a wonderful surging ball to Alberto, just trickles wide. Black looks so dominant in the first half. As I said, Chris Ericozi's back, and he's one of those midfielders you want on your team. He knows how to control the game. He looks for players. He knows what he's going to do before he receives the ball, which is important. Riondo Santos, Sam Dion, Calvin Beneder, Chris Ericozi, those are the players you want in the final third because they have a sweet look, a sweet eye for goal. But Derek has come in, and he's a different profile. Yeah. And it's a profile that we've not seen a lot at KP. He reads the game so well. It's almost as if, okay, the ball is bouncing. If it lands right here and I get it and I turn, if I play it first time out wide, we're through on goal. He looks for counterattacks. And I would love to play with that type of play. I love to play with Derek, He's really stepped up his game from last year. He joined us last summer, and he's played USL 2 this year, and it seems to benefit him a lot, honestly. And playing with Endrick, his best friend, honestly. And look at that football. And it's Alberto through on goal. And it's just trickled wide. And as I said, yeah, White has been lovely to watch, but Black just, and it's Luke. As he beats 2, and it's, ref tells him to get up, and it's Alberto. And it's a great touch by Alberto through on goal. 9 times out of 10, you know what's gonna happen. And he punishes Black. He sends Patricio Moa for some French fries back in London. White evens up the score. 3 wins. This can go any way.
This is
Henry, what do you think about that? White wins with 2 goals, evens out the score. Red coming on. Red needs to win this game. What do you expect? Who do you expect to win this upcoming game, as it's probably the biggest game of the day?
Is he off?
I don't know. About what?
About what?
Brady.
Oh,
Are you still
they're
going?
speaking.
Okay. Okay, sorry about that. We thought the stream cut off. But yes, White even up the score right there with 3 wins. Red coming on. This is probably the biggest game of the day. As Red, if they get a win, they can close the gap to 1 goal. What do you think? What do you think Red needs to do in this game? Because White is on a run right now. They got it. They understand it. Red looks still figuring out who's off, who's on. They don't understand how big this game is. What do you expect from Red? What do you think they need to do? And what do you believe the result's going to be?
Honestly, that's a tough question. I don't know. Right now, this White team is looking unstoppable, right? They just look calm, right? They're not yelling. They just look calm, right? Comes from the back line. The back line is looking very experienced. And obviously, we've spoken about the midfield and how good they are. But I think, as I said, Red needs to take accountability. I'm hoping my guy Hamza shows up. He's one of my favorite players to watch. Very hard worker, very humble guy, big and strong. But Red needs to come out strong if they want to win it. But they also need to be smart, right? You come out strong, but be smart. None of those silly mistakes. That's how they're going to avoid the L. But this is a must-win for Red. Otherwise, they don't stand a chance of winning the session today. So it will be interesting to see, as you see White already opening them up. But it will be an interesting game to see.
Thank you for your insight, Henry. I'm going to have to agree with you as well. I think specifically for this game, I hope they spoke to Divin, told him, hey, bro, get in behind. You're our best attacker. We need you in behind. Hamza's big, powerful, and he can play football. He can play a good pass. Trust him. Divin gets on the ball more than anybody, but the thing is he gets in positions where you don't want him to be in. You want him in behind, shifting the defender, having a shot on net as Jay looks to drive into the box. I don't know what Red could come up with. They did get a 2-goal win today, but it was a penalty and weirdly constructed goal. Ethan just fizzed it across and it went through like 4 defenders. But I'm not sure with the Red. They don't have it figured out yet still, as White just gets into the box. Ella with a good pass. And yeah, I think anything good from Red is going to come from Divin, honestly. He's one of... And I'm sorry about that. I forgot that Drew looks to have come back on this side. He's a dynamic player. He's from Bates. He's a rising junior, quick, left-footed player. Always wants to take off his defender. And this is an interesting matchup, actually, because last week David Keita, and I'm not sure what is being called over here, as Shetty walks over to David Keita. This is interesting. EJ, I was saying last week David Keita had a great matchup with Drew. It was Arnold looks to come off injured. As Gabe hops into the net. But Drew and David Keita went at it last week. It was amazing to see. We were saying they're very similar players, but one is just offensive-minded, one is defensive-minded. Yeah, Drew. David back on the pitch. Not sure what happened, but I love that matchup. I want to see it. I want to. It was cultivating to watch. Drew very electric. David Kita also on the defensive side. But yeah, anything good from Red is going to come from those two, running in behind, being dynamic, and being ruthless in front of net. I think that Ahmed checks in for the ball a little too much. Maybe, hey, trust your back line. They can play football. Benji, Fisher, Elias, they can step with it. They're great footballers. Trust them, But that's how I think Red is going to open. It's luckily called by Shetty.
This side.
Henry, I have a question. You're one of the leaders of, more than a leader, you're a mentor at KPFC. You've played football for almost all your life, You've seen it all. You've played with the highest level, the lowest level. You've played in Portland, out of Portland, everywhere, in the States, out of the States. In your position that you play, which is primarily center back, as a defender, what words of advice would you have for some of these players who are on the rise? As I say, when I'm on the rise, like center backs who are almost there but not yet. Like Elias, he understands it. He's maybe plateaued a bit in the last few sessions, last year or so, but there's center backs who are coming up. David Kita it looks like he's getting better every session. There's just a bunch of players here. I'm not sure if Cliff is a makeshift center back. Benji, as he looks to have hurt his ankle right there. But what word of advice do you have to these center backs to push to the next level?
Center back can be an easy position, right? It's as a center back, I think you have to be very patient, which is what I think a lot of these guys don't have. Center back and goalkeeper included, we always say are the leaders of the team because they view the pitch, right? I've always loved playing with a center back that reads the game. As guys are commenting, Alberto's touches there, he's playing. Oh, there's Drew going. Let's see if Drew has this one. Looks like David Kidder has him. He has him. Good tackle. But yeah, as a center back, I think it's all about being patient, reading the game. You are a leader in the team, and that's what these guys need to realize. They view the pitch the most, right? So they need to direct. They center midfielders, they right backs, they need to push up their line, they need to drop their line. They essentially run the team from the back. And I think that's what next level is. If you know good defenders, they're very talkative, right? Both your center backs need to be able to speak and call out players along with the goalie. And I think that's the next step. Just being more of a leader, right? And telling your players where to be and when to be, giving the right pass, being patient, not rushing to tackle. I think sometimes a lot of these guys rush to tackle, right? And as a center back, I think you just need to be patient and time your tackles, know when to go and know when not to go. I think for me that came with age. I think as I was young, I was more of a 4 who rushes and tackles and not thinks. And then as I've grown up, I've become a little patient, and then I've been able to read the game and time it. So I think that's the next step, just being patient, being a leader, and timing, right? I think that's what is important for them to get to that next step. But I think they were on their way. I think it comes with age, it comes with playing games, right? It's being in those moments to be a leader, right? That makes you do that, right? And then once they play these type of games, as Drew goes in, he cuts in, good switch, Diven with the touch there. Let's see if he can get something. That didn't happen for him, but good ball from Drew. Another guy we haven't spoke about today is Amoudi. And he is not having the best of his games, right? And I think if we want to speak about Red having a good performance, he needs to be on his A game, right? When he's on his A game and he's running those strings in the middle, I think Red performs, and right now he's not there. I don't know what might be troubling him, but hopefully he gets into it and he has a good performance. He's one of my favorite players to watch. When he's on it, he's feisty, he's small, he's strong, he's low to the ground, and I like that watching it from him.
Thank you for the wonderful insight always, Henry. As Alex runs through, he's onside. Jose comes out and just collects. Similar to me, Ahmed is one of those players I love to play with when he's on it. You know, he does the dirty work. He's defensively aware. He's sound. He wants to get on the ball. He wants to make plays. But when he is off it, it does affect the team a lot. Because it's just the style of how he plays, you know. It's on the ball. He wants to always get on it. He's checking in. He's making runs. Divin with the sweep.
Whoa!
And it's a penalty, Divin!
Divin! Speaking
With the
about
twinkle
man.
toes. Oh, my days.
Speaking about the man himself.
That's exactly where you want Divin, in those positions, on goal, where he can just be quick with it. And he draws the penalty in red with the huge, huge penalty kick in the dying embers of the game. As I said, this is probably the most important game of the day so far. With red, the chance to cut the goal to 1.
Two teammates in college. They know each other very well, so this is gonna be interesting. I like to see it when you go against your teammates who you play with and practice it. Is Amoudi gonna do it for us? Oh, close one. He's got ice in veins. There was never a doubt that he was gonna take score that PK, but loving to see two teammates in college go at each other in the PK.
And I love that by Hamoud. He knows he hasn't had the best of games, but it's a penalty. He knows his team needs him to step up there, and he does not shy away. His confidence through the roof as Drew just lets that trickle through. As a leader, even if you're not having a great day, you have to step up with confidence, and he just did. He stepped up to the plate. Gabe, one of the best, if not the best keeper in Maine. Ice in his vein, and buries into the bottom corner. And we were speaking about this last week with Rian. I am not a fan of that stutter step run up where you wait for the keeper to decide. And I thought Hamoudi was going to do that there, but he said no. He put the keeper off and he buried it in the corner. What do you think of that penalty run up? I want to hear your opinions because it's a trend in football right now. Some players are able, and as Hamza runs through on net, David with the speed. But that penalty run up is lovely by Bobo there. EJ. And it's a foul. Big one by Hamza. As Shady looks for the card. Going back to that penalty run up, it's a unique one. As if the keeper does move, you could just pass it to the bottom corner. But the thing is, if you miss, I was saying, and it looked like a handball there. Missing the target, trying to blast it into a corner is better than trying to do a stutter step and just passing it to the keeper's hand.
Oh.
And it's a good look by White and Jose. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
I am not a starter guy. I was always taught pick a spot and take a shot. Oh, as a good shot goes in from Drew. But for the guys I've seen who know how to take a starter step PK, it works great for them. Speaking about Bruno Fernandes, Jorginho, to name a few, they know what they're doing, right? And I think that's where a lot of people have tried to copy the starter step from, seeing those type of guys take PKs. And being so good at it, right? That's what it comes down to. I'm sure if you might go see their stats, they probably score a lot of PKs doing the stutter step. But I'm not a fan of it. I'm always like, pick your spot, take your shot, score the goal. Don't give it too much time. But if you can do it well, hey, it works good. But definitely not a fan. That's a tough PK to do because it also kills your momentum and run up, and you can't do a power shot. So if you see those PKs, the people that take those PKs don't generate a lot of power. It's usually a placement PK. So that only puts down your chances of actually scoring it if you don't have enough power going in it. It's kind of like a Panenka. It's like here or there, right? I love a Panenka if you have ice in your veins, but it looks bad when you miss it, right? Looks bad when you miss it, looks good when you make it. So it's one of those. But this is about to be a good game, a must-win for Red. They need to get
Pretty
this
sure they
win.
need to win this game.
They need to win this game.
Not they're out. They're done.
Black has been good the whole session, but they look to have plummeted down. So this should be interesting. Let's see if they get the win. I'm watching out for my guy, Cliff Mabululu, to see if he can carry this team in a win.
Thank you for that, Henry, as the ball just goes wide by Luis. Maybe I'm just traditional. I just love to pick a spot and just bury it. You know, if the keeper makes a good save, respect. As the ball just doesn't seem to come back down. Yes, Black were out for quite a bit, honestly, there. See if they can get it going. They need this win right here. If they do win, they will play white in the final. But Red not looking to let that happen as they want to continue this run they're on. George comes in interception. Benji with the strike. Saka just over his foot, and it looked like a corner. But Shetty says goal kick. I'm excited to see this front line. Cliff, Marley, and Luke, the two brothers, work so well together. And it's awkwardly backed by Zach. And it's taken back by Zaka with the strength and Chris reading the game so well. And it's Luke on the right side, drops his defender. Marley plays it back right to Luis's feet. And Luis recycles back to Benji. And Benji back out wide to Samir. Samir with the flick on out to Josh. Josh to Sophie, and she volleys it just over. Cliff and Marley looking to work well together. Luke on the right side. What do you think of Luke? Luke likes to play on the right side. It's an unnatural position, you know. A right-footed right winger is not something you see as much today. And he doesn't prefer to use his left foot, which is, it's weird. If you're a right-footed right winger, you should be good on your left foot. Luke is good on his left foot, but he doesn't use it as much as you do. But still, he performs well. It's weird. He likes to drive in. He trusts his ability 1v1, and he comes up with some big goals. What do you think of Luke as a winger? What do you think what's his best asset? What does he contribute most to the team? Is it, as it's a big interception there. Sorry. Basically, I want you to come up with, sorry, I'm just getting distracted by this play right here, which is, it's getting a little messy out here. What are your thoughts on Luke?
So Luke is a very skillful player. I think one of his most underrated assets that people don't notice, that Luke is a very hard worker. He runs up and down. He's one of those guys that seems to have an engine that never stops. No check light engine for him. He's always going. And I think that's where his biggest quality is. Other than being skillful, he's very smooth. He's a smooth criminal. He's dropped like 3 guys today that I've noticed. Maybe it's something on that side of the grass. I'm not sure, but he's been dropping guys. But his biggest asset is definitely being a hard worker. But he's very patient and calm too, which is what I also like about him. He doesn't rush it. He knows what he's doing. As Zach scores, goal line clearance. Goal line clearance. Goal line clearance. Wow. That is beautiful to see.
Can I just say, Patricio Moa, what a player. We've criticized Moa in the past about his attitude, but he's really starting to understand it now as he steps up to his senior. Cliff with the follow-through, and it's blocked by Jose, and it's out for a corner as the goal falls. But going back, Patricio Moa, oh my goodness, he's really just matured as a footballer. He doesn't mind playing that center back role anymore. He reads the game so well. we've always also criticized him about his fitness, and he seems to get that in check because when Mo is fit, he's one of the, if not the best player on the pitch. He dictates play. He can strike it from any position, and that goal line clearance really showed how important he is in his back line. I just want to give my props to Moa. He's been a joy to watch from the sideline as of recently, and I hope he just continues to keep this fitness, continues to keep this streak going on for St. Joe's.
Yeah, not wrong about that. I don't know what's clicked for him. What do you think has clicked for Moa? Because Moa has been known to be a crash out from time to time, and he seems to have matured this summer. He's calling plays better. He's being patient. We just spoke about going to the next level, and I think he's doing those little stuff. What do you think has clicked for him to get to that moment where he's not being a crash out, he's being an adult, he's being mature, he's being patient, he's scoring the goals, he's giving the passes? What do you think has clicked for him to be that type of player? Because I've known him since he was in high school, and I'm honestly happy to see how he's been playing this summer.
I honestly just think it's the maturity, the being here for so long and realizing, hey, I'm going into my senior year at St. Joe's. I know that we're one of the best teams in the GNAC, but we have not performed well in the last few years. Since I've been here, I have not won a GNAC trophy, which is uncharacteristic by a team like St. Joe's. I think he steps into that pitch realizing, hey, it's my last chance. Last chance to get something from this, and to do that, I need to step up. I'm going to be a leader. Maybe he had a conversation with Pike, and maybe Pike expects a lot from him, and that maybe has changed his perspective of the game and how important he actually is. And I think, as he gets pressed here by Drew, I think maybe that really clicked into something when he realized, hey, I'm getting older. I'm getting older. The team relies on me, and I know my abilities. I know my capabilities. Let me do something about it. Grab the game by the scruff of the neck, and let me do something about it. Maybe also he had a conversation with Chris. I've seen him speaking with Chris a bit in the last few weeks. Steven has been huge with developing players. Steven being the new director, well, not as new, for a year or so now, really looking at focusing on these young players, destroying that pride and building a leader has really helped them. So I hope Patricio continues this upward trend, and whatever actually did click for him, God knows, maybe we'll have a conversation with him after. I'm thankful for it because, again, he's a joy to watch. He's a player that I just hope develops into, hopefully, goes into the professional level.
Love to hear, love to see. It's beautiful to see, honestly, that he's become the leader that he is. Obviously, going to his senior year, he's obviously having thoughts. He obviously wants to get a chip. I think they can do it if he's the player that he can be. His fitness seems to be upright, and I sort of love to see that. But I do have a question for you. What advice do you have for these younger kids? Obviously, I've known you since you were in high school too. What advice do you have for these younger kids trying to get to that next level? I know you took a lot of steps to get where you were at, and you obviously performed good at both at West Virginia and St. Michael's. Obviously, a joy to watch you. But what do you think the next step? What is one thing you could tell these kids that you have to do, and what is also another thing that is going to shock them when they get to that level? I'm interested to hear your perspective in that.
Thank you for that, Henry. Starting with your last question, actually, what's going to shock them? I think what's going to shock them is whatever level they go to, they will see that there are players who are better than the level that they're playing at. And it looks like a foul there. Even if you're playing at that D3 level, D2 level, D1 player level, you'll find players who are significantly better than that level, better than the D3 level, better than the D2 level, and so on. And there will be players who are significantly not as good as that. And you'll be like, how did you even make the squad? How did you make this team? Because every college team is different in size, ability, because of Samoa just breaks the press. Oh my days. But it just gives it away right there. As Red looks to counter. Luis on the ball to Drew, intercepted by George, and Mosey carries it out. Yes, that's going to be a huge one. And also, if you are used to playing so much, like, you know, you were that star player in your high school, star player in your town. When you get to college, hey, guess what? Every single player on that team was a star player in their town. Every single player was a U in where they grew up. So get used to it. You're not, unless you're like some superstar NIL deal, most likely you're going to be riding the bench your first year. And if not, touche, you know, you might get minutes, you might play, but don't expect to be that main guy. But advice, and as Marley looks to get through here, good touch by Marley. And it's beaten. Marley does well there to keep it. And it's great press by Josh. I'm sorry, what was your first question again, if you can reiterate?
Yeah, my first question is like, what advice would you give to these kids looking to get to that next level? I think a lot of the younger generation don't know how much work it takes to get to that level. They don't get that you don't start work. You don't start work in your senior year. You start work in your junior year. You start work in your freshman year, sophomore year. What advice would you give to this younger generation looking to get to the next level, looking to play higher level college football? What advice would you give them?
Samir trickles into the box, and it's Drew. It's a huge goal by Red as they get the most important win of the day. And it levels it up to 3-3-3. This is real interesting. This is a real good day of football. Let me answer that question real quick as they figure out what's going to happen. Advice. Oh. Well, growing up, I didn't have this Kennedy Park Football Club. We trained on grass fields, pickup, but I was blessed to be recognized at a young age, to have the opportunity, the privilege to play, to get scholarship, to go to Bridgeton and stuff like that. So if you're playing KPFC, a young player, please, this is a privilege to play. This is a huge opportunity that we didn't have growing up, and we have connections. This is the place to play, the place to get better. You're playing against high level. You have to be playing at a high level at a young age. You have to. And wherever, if you have to play up a level, if you have to play against older players, do it. Do this as much as you can. Just play. But that's easier said than done, you know, trying to find the right place. So if you're playing at Kennedy Park Football Club, you are already here. Take advantage of it. Use it to your full capability. Use our connections, use our systems. Please do. And on the other side of it, ability-wise, hey, talent can only take you so far. It's your work ethic. And one of the most important, as a winger, the most important aspect I found that that forwards need to be able to work off the ball, because college football is so reliant on athleticism. Your work ethic on and off the ball. How well do you win that ball back? How often do you press? And your speed, your strength, that is a huge factor. You might not see that in European clubs and stuff, or as reliant on that, but in college, it's like that a lot. And it might not be fortunate for a lot of footballers, but unfortunately, that is the criteria. So speaking as a forward, being able to use both feet, being able to be a tactical, coachable player, and have huge work ethic. Like you said, Luke has amazing work ethic, and because of that, many colleges want him as he was in the portal, and many colleges reached out to him in different levels, my coach being one. But it's mainly because of that work ethic. If you can work off the ball and just be tactically good, you don't have to be the best footballer, honestly, to be playing college ball. You don't have to be, but if you have amazing work ethic and you're coachable, you're going to play. And to get to that level, you have to. When you're training, treat every rep like it's in game. You know, that's the only way you're going to get better. And it's the simple things that you need to excel at, but a lot of players just don't get it. They really don't. And I hope that a lot of these players right now get it in the back of their minds that, once I get to this college, once I start playing, once I get the offer, like, it only up from here, and it's good football by White. But yeah, I don't really have much other than that.
Make sure you say it's the semifinal.
Oh, okay.
Both teams got 3 wins.
All right, and I'm sorry about that. This is the semifinal, white versus red. The finalists is so black is in the final, white versus red in the semifinals. Whoever wins this will play black as white get the early goal, and John with the cute finish. Jose almost keeping it out. Henry, what do you expect from this semifinal as all teams seem to understand it now? But Elias losing his head, losing his temper. Hey, it's the semifinal, Elias. You have 8 minutes on the clock. Don't argue with each other. What do you expect from this semifinal?
That was just about to be my question. Seems like Red found it and now they're losing it. All right, seems like Red found it and they got to winning games. And this goal just snuffed that confidence away from them. Obviously, White being my favorite team, John having a good shot, one of our promising stars coming in. Love seeing him, one of the Sungubele brothers. We have 3 of them here. But yeah, what clicked for Red? And they started playing good, and what's not clicking anymore? That's the question that I'm wondering, because they were playing good, they became calm, they got goals, they scored goals, and now it seems like they're losing it again, and they being the enemies of themselves, right? That's very important to stay calm even when you concede a goal. And right now they're not doing that. They need to figure it out and be calm and get some goals, because this is a do or die game for them. They need to score or they out. Obviously, my pick for this game is White. They've been, for me, my favorite team to watch, and I hopefully see them in the final with a good shot from Luis. Great save from Gabe, who's awesome. But I want to see what this is going to bring. This is going to be an interesting game. The head needs to be gathered together, though. Red needs to be in it if they want to win.
Thank you for that, Henry. I'm going to have to agree with you on that. Red is a team that seems to, hey, when we're winning, when we're doing well, everyone is doing well, everyone is happy. When we're losing, head loss. And now that they're losing 1-0, I don't see them coming back, honestly, unless players like Divin, Hamza really step up on the pitch, take the game by the scruff of the neck as Ahmed gets on the ball here in a dangerous position. It's good football. Saved by game. But yeah, it's hard seeing them score after that, because as I said, when they're winning, life's good. When they're losing, it's everyone's fault. Everyone but my fault. And Jose and Elias have played so long together. They're a duo that is known throughout KP, and they're some of these high school together too. Portland high school together, and they're leaders of this game and on the Shred team, and they've lost their head the most for this team. And if it's not working out for them, it's not working out for the rest, because Red has been playing good football this game in the last few minutes in the final third. But it doesn't matter if you're going to concede. You know what I mean? If you're not scoring and your defenders are losing their head, you're going to concede. And it's a good look by Samir. So I just really hope, as Alberto beats Ahmed to the ball, good touch, Elias, back to Jose. Chuchu looks, as I said, right there. Like, that's almost a giveaway right there. Ahmed with the flick on, it kind of works, but game comes and collects. Yeah, I don't see Red coming back from this, honestly. I hope they do shock me, though. I love to see a little drama towards the end of the game. But, Henry, as we're closing in, finals coming up, I would like for you to give me your standout player for each team today. Each team already has 3 wins, so you should have someone cemented, at least as of right now, for each team. And then your one player, if they do end up winning the final, is your player of the day.
That's an interesting one. I'm gonna go off right off the bat. I'm not sure if I know who's my favorite for red. Um, they seem to be the team that's just been fighting the whole season, so I don't think they've had a standout performer. They've had one guy stepped up every single time. Amudi stepped up one time, where Drew stepped up to score, where Diven stepped up. So those are the three standouts guys for me from red. But if we go to white, Derek is my guy. He's been that guy as he causes a PK or a free kick. Looks like a free kick, but he's been my guy on white. He's controlled it, he's calmed it. He's been my standout for white. We move over to black, and that's been.
Can I commentate this real quick? I'm sorry about that, Henry. We'll come back to this, but as I said last week, Benji was on top of the key, had the free kick. We called it, and he banged the top corner. I want to see if he can replicate this again. He said, hey, this is all me, and he put it into the top corner. He caressed it. Earlier we said Benji has really stepped up his attacking threat. He wants to get forward. He wants to contribute with goals and assists. And Elias, being the leader right there, stepping out of the way, saying, hey, this is all Benji. And I want to see if he can just... It's a dangerous, very dangerous position. The clock is running, and they need this. They really do need this. And Benji, if he scores this, I think he could be the standout performer for Red. He's been great defensively. He's been an attacking threat. And Samir with the fake, and it's Benji. And he sends that into Rosend. And I'm sorry about that, Henry, as you carry on.
That is fine. I think a lot of people had anticipation and expected him to score another one because of his performance last week and him netting one in top bins. But seems to have not worked out. This guy did just like a defender. But hopefully Red gets one and this becomes interesting. But my standout for black is definitely Cliff, and is my front runner to be the standout for today. He's just been awesome. Obviously, very versatile. I really can't pick a position for him. I've watched him play for a while, and I've asked myself, what's the best position he can play? And I don't have an answer for that, because he can play right back, left back, center midfield, striker, right wing, and he performs every position. As that's a questionable call from the ref. Looked like a PK from this side, but he calls it away. Sheddy's a tough ref. He doesn't call it easy. But yeah, we'll see what Cliff does. As Red rushes it out, Hendrick gets the ball, cuts it in. Let's see what he can do here. Some good skill moves. Moody wins it, but gets penalized for the foul. I don't think that was a foul. Hendrick's a big boy, so he should be able to handle himself. But that's that ferociousness that Moody comes with, and that's what I love about him.
Man, Henry, this is the one time I'm going to have to disagree with you. I think Derek might be my standout performer. Specifically, I think the reason why it is not clear and obvious is because he works so well in a partnership with Hendrick. They've worked so well together, and both of them have been on it today. As Hendrick has been amazing too. He's bagged a few goals. He's kept possession well, but he's been overshadowed by his partner, Derek, who is just getting on the ball more, intercepts it, and he whips in a great ball. But that partnership has just been amazing today, hasn't it? But yes, Cliff, wow. Can't pick a position for him. On it everywhere. Today as a front runner, front line. And if they meet in the final, that could be a big decisive. Who does better in the final? Cliff comes up big, scores for his team, and they win, then yes. But if it were to end right here like this, and let's say Red win, I think I would just give it to Derek. It's just been a joy to really watch him. The partnership has been so amazing. And honestly, if Hendrick played on a different team today and played like this, it would be hard to pick between the two, Hendrick or Derek. But I'm excited to see white meet black in the final and then decide. Wait. Yeah, it is white versus black in the final, and it's going to be exciting to see. I think it can shift both ways. If Cliff has a big day, then in this final, then I'll give it to Cliff. But if it ends in penalties, Derek for me might be our first winner of the day without actually winning the day. And it's crazy to say, but for me, it's just wow. I don't know. I cannot remember a time today where he's lost the ball. Cannot. He's been so crucial for his team. His team hasn't even taken him out once. That's how good he's been for them. So, yeah. He's just, yeah.
I've watched White, and I don't think I've seen Derek come off not once. That's how important it is, and that shows you how much the team respects him, right? I think a lot of people don't notice him because he's not the talkative guy. He's not the guy that's yelling. He's calm and composed. He's not yelling after he scores or he gives a good pass. He's just there. He just wants to play. But very important player. I'm interested to see how this game plays out. These are very good teams. Obviously, White has had the momentum. Black has been sleeping for the past few games and they lost. So we'll see it interesting as Ella captains the team and hopefully gets a victory here. We'll see. Should be an interesting game, should be exciting. Obviously, happy to see what these boys have in store for us. Exciting game. They want the win. Someone wants player of the session. So we should see what happens here.
Thank you for that, Henry. As we head to the final game of the day, the winner of this will be capped off as team of the day. And still makeshift suggestions about who the player of the day is, but this will be an important game to decide. The final starts now. White on the ball as they kick off. Alex. Bobo. Fancy little touch over Lucas. Shows his strength. Alberto Leader, who I rate a lot for his finishing ability, as he has good feet there, but Alberto really hasn't been able to. Alberto, as he shows love to the little one, he hasn't really been on it finishing today. I mean, he's had some difficult chances, but who else would you want on the ball in the difficult chances? Alberto Leader, he's a crucial finisher, but still, White showing how great they've been today through tactical football. Hendrick and Derek in the middle of the pitch just controlling it. Oh, this Cliff almost takes out Ella's head there. Cliff actually looks to have moved back to that center back role, which is interesting as he's been so effective in the front line. I wonder how this works out. Maybe it's clipped into Alex. Oof, it's a good opportunity there. As White has been real amazing to watch today, but honestly, their front line has not been as effective. Like, Alberto has a few goals, but he's always going to score a few goals, isn't he? Jose has not been on it, honestly. He hasn't been on it for a few weeks, to be honest. And he's such a force to be reckoned with for USM. Scored around 8 goals this season. And I just want to see the best from him, honestly. The front line it's their midfield who's really been clicking for them. It's been scoring the goals. And I don't know, what do you think? What changed with Jose? He's kind of he looks like Rafael Leao, and he kind of plays like him as well as he has when he's on his day type of player. As on his day type of player is not a reliable player, is it? It's a risk, because when is he on his day? Is it against, the worser teams? Is it, when is it on his day? What can he change about his game to not be on his day player, but more of a, consistent player? Gives you maybe a 6, 7 out of 10, and maybe a 10 out of 10 performance here or there, or maybe he can just always be dangerous. For example, me, even when I know I'm not having a good day, I'm going to work my butt off to get back defensively to help the team out in any way possible. But I just want to see Jose be a player where he like he was for USM. If he even at USM, honestly, he was a on his day type of player. I just as a coach, that's just unreliable. But he has so much talent. What can he change about his game?
I'm not sure what he necessarily needs to change about his game. As Hendrick gives a fabulous pass, let's see what Alberto does. Obviously, as you said, hasn't been on his good game today. But yeah, speaking about X, is a very interesting guy. When he's on. Unbeatable, probably one of the best players, very strong, has very good fit. But when he's off, it never works out for him. So I think he just needs to change his mentality, right? It's to change his mindset into a winning mindset. As you know, I always come to win, right? And he needs to come with that mentality of wanting to win every game. And then it starts from there. If you want to win it and you hate losing, you work for that ball, that you make that run, you make that press. And I think that's where it needs to come to. He builds those habits. And then it becomes routine for him. I think that's when he becomes a good player. But obviously excited to watch him this season. Hopefully he gets a win for my alma mater, USM. But yeah, he's a strong guy. He needs his mentality there. I think that's what he's missing. Once he gets that, though, I believe he can do some damage and he can score goals. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Leader's going to do. He seems to be a shell of himself today. Very good finisher, quick on his feet, but something's not working, something's not clicking. Obviously being overshadowed by how good White has been, but if White really wants to win this game, he needs to show up. Speaking of underrated guys, though, Bobo. Very underrated. Yeah, I don't think a lot of us speak about him enough. He obviously doesn't speak a lot, but he's also very calm on the ball. Very strong, very calm. Seems to be very experienced and mature. I don't know where he came from, but I like seeing him here.
Yeah, Bobo has been playing that defensive role behind Derek and Endrick, and he's been a quiet one, but he's been real good. He's done his job, you know. He's expected to just, hey, win your tackles, win your challenges, play the ball, and he's doing what he's supposed to. He's working off the ball. Naturally a left center back, left back player, but he's playing that 6 role, and it's been real good today. It's kind of like that, you know, that midfield trio of Iniesta, Xavi, and Busquets. It reminds me of Busquets, you know. Does his job so excellent, and it helps as Layla runs into the corner and it's cleared. But also I want to speak about, because KPFC this year has introduced our first female footballers. And Ella, this is her second session, but she looks so, as Alberto, with the good feet, but it's well defended. It's her second session, but she looks as comfortable as Layla and Sophie. She's an excellent footballer. She just had a good one too there. I just want to say that I'm very impressed by her. She's not letting off in the physicality. She loves to compete. She looks like she wants to win, and I just want to give her a huge shout out for it just being her second session and her being a standout for White. I honestly, with her also, I don't know if they subbed her out. I don't remember her being subbed off, but she's been amazing. She's a quick player. She knows what she's going to do before she gets on the ball, and just huge shout out to her. Moving back to the game, it's 0-0 with 3 minutes left. Haven't really seen anything attacking threat from both sides. Maybe that's because Cliff is playing that left center back. Jose with the composure right there. Chris with the Altamoa. But Layla with space. Out to Luke.
Very dangerous.
Yes. As he cuts in, beats David Keita. Marley back to Luke with the shot just
what
wide.
A beautiful play.
That was good football, but the finish not there. I kind of want to see Cliff move up to that front line with 2.5 minutes left. I don't know if Black realized he's honestly been the best forward of the day out of all teams, but this game going down to penalties is truly kind of disappointing to me because I wanted to see a winner. But sometimes football doesn't go the way it's scripted. As time trickles down, back to Jose. But if this game goes to penalties, is Moa in contention for Player of the Day, do you believe?
I don't know. He's had a good performance. I don't know. You might be right on this one. Talking about Derek, I think Derek and Cliff have been a little quiet this game. Obviously, it's a tight game, so not getting much. But I don't know who done the tactics for Black. I don't think they were supposed to move Mabululu, Cliff to the back, as I can see Leader takes a shot. I don't know why they done that. That's a very interesting decision to make for someone who has scored so many goals for them. But yeah, to your point, Ella has been awesome. She seems a very experienced. She had a header assist like Nico Williams the other day, which was awesome. I was like, okay, all right. But yeah, the introduction of the ladies coming to KPFC has been different because this is a very competitive environment, but they have kept up and obviously telling us to watch the space in their performance as Lucas cuts in, looks to get a goal, not a PK, he's got to stand up. He was looking for that one. This game seems to be even. I'm not sure what they want to do. Woo! And Bobo mags him, but he loses the ball. Luke should capitalize on this one, and he scores off Bobo's mistake. How he done a good mag, but he gambled with the ball. Obviously, you cannot give a ball like that to Luke. He gets inside and buries that in the bottom right corner.
It's a great goal by Luke, and Gabe rightfully frustrated. He's had an amazing day. It's the last 20 seconds. You have a cute Meg there. Hey, what are you doing, Bobo? You've had an amazing day. And you kind of let your team down there as Layla puts in the pressure. Derek, Layla showing her ability. But that is a frustrating way to lose the game. Almost had it there. Last play. Let's see what you can do, White. As he swings it out to EJ. Luke is pressing heavy. And it's out as Black are your winners of the day. It's been real. You'll see online who we have as player of the game in a few minutes. But thank you. It's been Muntasir Ahmed, your commentator, with my co-host Henry. Thank you for tuning in for Friday Night Football here at the Poland Sports Complex. We'll see you on Monday for Monday Night Football. Peace.
Peace.